Have you ever been in a relationship where a girl has done things and talked about it with like, oh, I used to do that and now she doesn't, and you're like, well, I wish you still had that in you sometimes?
I would never want a girl to be embarrassed by her wholeness with me, but I definitely wouldn't want her to present herself like she's available to the world either, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
That's why the burqa is not a bad idea.
Yeah. It's kind
Like if you have a nice car, you cover it up, you protect it.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
How's New York, by the way?
Your people did a number on it 24 years ago, but we're back.
Yeah, but how do you like the new tower? How many times have you heard your boy come back from like the lap dance zone and be like, bro, she really liked me?
back in the day, all the time.
I'd be like, bro, I like you too. You don't give me $1,000. They got to be do something else. You can't be like you can't have like money breeding horses.
Yeah,
can you?
you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, the ones that
You don't understand what kind of horses.
Oh yeah.
It's a little gay to be working with dicks that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for a culture that doesn't really approve of homosexuality, working with the largest of the penises is kind of sus.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, it's fucking. We're kind of gay anyway, though. Like, you know, hey, like we're fun. We wear like dresses.
You cover up the women.
We cover up the women.
That's gay?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Are they back?
Yeah, they let them.
You can drink in Dubai.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I believe in obviously everyone should do whatever they want, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But then when you're like, start really thinking about it, you're like, I mean, like if I had a choice and my girlfriend's like, do you want me to go out like this? Or do you want me to go out like that? I'm gonna be like, throw on the burqa. Oh. Like, right? Like if I had a choice and she didn't and I got to pick her outfit for the night.
I don't like insurance is resentment. I don't like that. Meaning like I want to be insured that I'd rather have a girl that ran through like the neighborhood and then she's done with her journey.
Yeah.
than have a girl that's like prepping for the journey, but I don't know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like
no, 100%.
She has the whole outfit on and I'm like thinking like, yo, she's definitely wondering like what's going on out there.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want
I don't like
that. I want a Muslim woman who used to be a slut.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
That's what's good. Like, yeah, you want
white girls are doing that now.
Yeah, well, that's why, like, you know, you date a girl, and then if she's like hasn't been around that much, and then I want a girl that knows how to give a blowjob. I want a girl who's been around. I also don't, like you said, I don't want a girl that's like, because sometimes, you know, as guys, you're like, damn, I should have banged that chick. I should have banged that chick, but now I'm tied to this chick. I don't want the girl doing that. That's why I had to run through and be a hoe myself.
I also think it's kind of gay when other people go, so why don't you teach her? The fuck? I'm going to teach her how to suck cock. I'm going to teach her how to do all these things. That's kind of weird. When
if I knew how to suck cock, I'd suck my own cock.
Yeah.
Right? I don't need you then.
Well,
that's why I'm not going to teach you how to give me a hand job.
Rotate it like this, do that. Like
what the fuck is this? What the fuck?
I have to give you an instruction video? That's kind of weird.
That's kind of, especially like, it's, what are we
So how many, okay, Val, because I will bring this up. In the history of this podcast, we've had this debate, and you really don't like a girl with too much practice. Because you're like, yo, I want some sort of like, I can't have a girl with 100 body.
Cutoff.
So that's my question. At what point are you like, all right, that's enough. You've done enough internship in the hoe community. Now come to me. At what point is too many hours?
Well, I have to see after college.
You know, like when someone's like in school for 10 years, you're like, all right, just graduate. Or what?
I can tell you.
How many bodies? How many bodies is a perfect amount of bodies?
It's not about how many bodies. It's about how do you behave from the age of when you get out of college into your 30s. So like if I see you're still on a prowl and you're trying to go out every weekend, I'm like, bro, you're still trying to get rocked out. And
right, but there's no way a girl coming out of college is still
she has a 2-year buffering period. So we give her like 2-year buffering.
So, but how many hours? How many hours?
I can't clock it like a Japanese car.
Because a girl's like a girl.
I don't really know.
If a girl's single for 2 years, she could be single and not getting laid, or she could be single and getting laid every night. So I'm just asking, how much is too much of history for your, like when you look at a girl, you're like, oh, that's too many miles.
I mean, I wouldn't want you to have a track record in a sense of like if I find out trains were ran on you for fucking consecutive weeks or months, I'm like, yo, it's a little bit crazy.
Even if it was
because I'm never gonna run a train on you.
Or even if it was like one person at a time, you don't want to be going to every bar and be like, hey, everybody, like, hey, what's up, Carol? What's up? Caroline's here. Go, Caroline's here.
Weird.
It's like
weird because then people are tapping each other like, yo, we rock that together. By the way, he's with her.
Do you know what's worse? What's really bad is, have you ever been in a relationship where a girl has done things and talked about it with like, oh, I used to do that and now she doesn't, and you're like, well, I wish you still had that in you sometimes. Yeah. Like when you're like, an ex-girlfriend would be like, or a girlfriend would be like, oh my God, like, yeah, I used to do like threesomes once in a while. And I'm like, oh, you don't do that anymore?
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Well, you know, I don't love, you don't love me enough?
I took you to Paris. We can't get him enough.
Yeah. Like I also don't want a girl to get rid of too much of her, like to be embarrassed by her hoeness.
Yeah.
I want you to be like,
no, I would never.
Everything you learned, take it home.
Yeah, that's a different topic. I would never want a girl to be embarrassed by her wholeness with me. But I definitely wouldn't want her to present herself like she's available to the world either, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's why the burqa It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. It's kind
Like if you have a nice car, you cover it up, you protect it.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
It's always weird when you like go out with a girl and she's like, "I'm really good at sucking dick." I'm like, "How many people did you survey?"
I would not date that girl. I would just let her suck my dick.
No. Don't get me wrong. To be fair,
I'll date you for the
she was
night.
right, but but this past life, but she, it's like when they say that, it's like, all right, some people know, but like. She took like fucking a consensus.
And that's also not her
Like,
first
she took
time
a
saying that,
Of
which is
course.
what I don't like. Be like, I want you to say that. I don't want to know you're saying these things.
I also don't like that. You know why? Because like, when you freestyle and you're like, I'm not sure if I'm good at this. Like, it takes like 5 years to know if you're good at freestyling, right? If you're going to practice. So if she's coming into the room and she's like, I'm off the rip, I'm good at sucking cock. Like, whoa.
Whoa. So no,
Where's the confidence coming from?
You know. It's like,
like
it's,
you just.
yeah, you just came in just like, you're like, nah, I've done this. I'm fucking the Jordan of this shit. I'm the MVP. You walk in like Larry Bird at the 3-point contest. Like, who's coming in second?
But I feel like every girl thinks she sucks good dick because I don't know when a woman has ever been checked, right? Like no matter the worst blowjob I've ever gotten, I've never given like a review. I'd be like, oh, that was great. Like at the end of the day, if your mouth is on my dick, no matter what you're doing, I'm lucky.
It's literally the nicest thing anyone could do for you.
The nicest thing. So even if you suck at it, no pun intended, I'm going to make you feel like you're the best. And that's where I think a lot of girls have an ego. Like, I'm so good at sucking dick. I'm like, yeah, no guy's going to be like,
You'll be surprised.
you've given
I mean,
peer
dude,
reviews.
if somebody's fucking biting you and making you feel weird and it's tickling or something's going on. and
I get
it's
more
uncomfortable.
excited. I get more excited.
don't.
I'm
I
like,
think
she
that's-
loves this.
I personally think it's becoming like a bad massage. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's pressing too hard, I'm like, dude, like
yeah, but I
So you
sit
just
there and
lower the
take it.
I'm not gonna.
Gratuity or
No, I am like pretty much. I'm be like, sorry, I can't really tip you today.
You're gonna have
hurting
to
my neck.
you're gonna have to Uber yourself home tonight. I'm sorry.
Literally.
Come try again next. I was gonna take you to brunch, but fuck this.
Or if it gets too cringe, I'm like, maybe you would have to be like, whoa, slow, like maybe not this.
Calling your shot is one thing. Either like saying I suck good dick. I'm the fucking throat goat. I'm the headmaster. And you're like, all right. But if she does it, and it is, and she's right, she is a like fucking Hall of Famer.
Dude, that's still.
Then you know she's been doing it for a while.
Yeah,
And by the way,
you can't marry that.
Usually girls who you don't marry the throat goat. You don't marry the throat goat.
No.
You don't marry.
That's a wild horse. She runs free the rest of her
She
life.
runs for like, yeah, dude. You fuck people in the neighborhood get mad when she gets wiped up or something like that. Fuck, bro. That's like the fucking 3 a.m. girl.
Yeah, the village bicycle has been claimed.
Like what the fuck, bro? That was community property, and you selfish son of a bitch, you took the headmaster out of the area.
Yes, headmaster.
Headmaster.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, I come from a home with very, very hardcore criticism, whether it was right or wrong. The truth was said. So I'm like, it's hard for me to tiptoe around
That's good.
And you know what I do? Even if I do tiptoe, because I feel bad to hurt some feelings, I'll like 3 weeks down the line, I'll find a creative way to kind of let a little bit.
I feel like you're too
subliminals.
nice.
No, I tell it.
You would tell a girl
I'm
that she
nice.
sucks at sucking dick. I wouldn't.
No,
I just
I'd
would
be
never
like,
get
hey,
my
that
dick
hurts.
sucked.
Like
I'm nice.
that might be a little uncomfortable. Can you try that? You know what I mean? Like,
that's nice.
That might be a little
like,
uncomfortable.
That's a little uncomfortable there. That's
You know what's funny?
It feels like a door's being shut.
You know what? She's probably like, this is not fun for me either. She's like, it's uncomfortable for you. It's
then-
gross. It's sweaty. It's smelly.
And then we make a verdict.
Yeah.
And then we go, hey, by the way, like, can we break up over text?
Yeah.
It's funny. I feel like if you see that seems like a nice way to do it. I think you got to go like the Dr. Drew love line route where he's like next time you see her, just be like, hey, I was looking at my penis after that great thing you did, but I noticed that I had a lot of teeth marks, and maybe you can maybe that wouldn't be good. I read online that's really bad for you. It's like, oh really, the teeth marks? I thought you'd like when I nibble on it. And it's like, no, it's bad. I think I would just probably let it happen. I'm such a bitch.
I would let it happen because if I open up the room for criticism, guess what, dude? She's not happy down there. She's in more pain down there than I will ever be in
Yeah,
pain
but I
up
can
here.
handle her telling me something bad about me.
I can't.
I just know they can't handle like hearing something bad about them, right? So to me, I'm like, oh, as a sales pitch, like how do I do it where
I would
it's
never
smooth?
do it because if my dick stinks and you're blowing me, the last thing I want you to do is be like, yo, your dick stinks. And if you're blowing me while my dick stinks, I'm
That's
not
why
going to
most
criticize you.
relationships don't connect because everyone's lying to each other. Like you got to communicate, baby.
No, I think true love is swallowing the stink and not bitching about it.
Yeah.
That's true love. True love isn't like, hey, babe, your pussy smells, because that opens up a room for an argument with my girlfriend. True love is eating her pussy through the smell.
I think
that's
love,
true love.
I think true love is doing that, but then later on tell them, hey, by the way, I think I noticed something different. You might want to get it checked out.
I wouldn't do that. I would just find a solution on the internet and be like, hey, let's all wash our pussies together. I had the craziest revelation the other day, and you saw it in the group chat. So these guys make our fucking thumbnails for this.
Yeah.
And so they pulled this thumbnail of me. The thumbnails usually are good, but they pulled a thumbnail of me that was so gross. And I was just sitting there and I was thinking to myself, I was like,
I didn't notice.
how does my girlfriend like actually tolerate looking at me and not cheat on me? And then it dawned on me, like, we fuck doggy style 95% of the time. And I'm like, I wonder if she enjoys it or it's just she doesn't have to look at me.
I kind of look good there, actually.
Look at that. I look like a light bulb.
No, you do look like the guy from Home Alone. No, he looks like the guy from Home Alone.
You think Joe Pesci?
No, the other one.
The other one.
The one that gets electric.
Lloyd.
The other hot one.
Yeah, but you have a cute little dimple and smile there.
You look good.
Yeah, what the hell?
You actually got a little like
No.
This
McConaughey
thing going.
Yeah,
on.
you look good. I don't know.
But
what
you
you're
would
talking
still
about.
fuck me.
I just think
not
you look
looking
like.
at me.
Yeah, I think you look. I think you look good.
I have a
there,
face. I have a more of a burqa body, burqa face and body.
No, but
You have
your
kind
forehead.
eyes,
Yeah,
that's what
you
it
have the Rihanna forehead. You have the
I have
Rihanna forehead.
kind eyes.
You have kind eyes. It's like that Matthew McConaughey.
Kind eyes can't make you come.
That's not true. You have
Trust
the,
me.
You think Matthew McConaughey with his eyes aren't making people all right, right on their fucking dropping loads on their.
I was really looking at this, Val. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You look like Mr. Brain there, but like as far.
I was
oh
looking
shit!
at-
He
Oh,
edited the.
Oh
yeah.
now that's the one.
Oh.
Wait, show me.
Oh wait, go back.
Oh.
That's the hot. That's hot.
hot.
Whoa!
Whoa! How did you do that, buddy?
They had the face tune. Remember, you see in the group chat. But I'll tell you what, Val. I was looking and I was like, damn, Val is actually a really good-looking person. It's such a shame that you're here in life at this point in your career.
You are.
That you're way too handsome for where you are in life.
as well.
You're way too handsome for where you are in life.
We can we can do something else after the podcast. You know what I mean?
You don't sound like it, but you look like you could have gone to Dartmouth. But
Like what?
like
what?
Dartmouth or like some Ivy League school. You look like the kind that keeps like
Yeah, that's
carills
gross.
people out of the fraternity.
It looks like I run like a fantasy league where I sell Molly to everybody.
Oh yeah, that.
In an Ivy
but
League
also again keeping the Jews out of the country club.
Oh shit!
But,
Like,
yeah,
like that?
Are you Jewish or no?
I'm Jewish weekdays.
Okay, there we go. But like
Yeah.
you were one of those ones that would have gotten by the Nazis for sure.
Val would have been a poster for like Hitler Youth Recruit right
Hitler,
there.
yeah,
I think so. You're right. That's
do-
what everybody keeps saying.
They're like, yeah, he's good. Come on, bring on the.
Yeah, you have
And
good
I would have to
genes.
take it, right?
Yeah.
I would have to join because it's either that or that.
No, I think they would just let you go and like own some people, and then you could have reversed Schindler's List this shit.
Oh, that would be
like,
fire if I
Yeah,
could get them back.
Val's list.
Yeah.
Val's
Oh,
list
oh,
would have
there
been
you go.
great.
I literally have a fantasy that I run like a gang, like Inglorious Bastards. Like I really want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but like the bad way.
No, the good way.
Oh, you would not. You would
I
not.
want to fight for the Jews.
I don't even know how Jewish am I.
Is that your new game show? Is that,
Yeah, how Jewish
How
are
Jewish
you?
am I?
How Jewish is he? Can
do
we
you
play
let
this
them
game?
keep the change?
Yeah. Like I don't know how much of a
Let's
Jew I
play
am.
the game with him right now. How Jewish are you?
How Jewish?
What's
are
the most Jewish thing about
Do you
me?
eat pastrami sandwiches?
Yeah, but who? That's like being like, oh, how black are you? Do you like?
I didn't ask
fried
for an
chicken?
explanation. I'm asking yes or no.
Actually, I don't.
Okay, so not Jewish.
Don't like pastrami sandwiches, but I will eat one.
Do you like lox and bagels?
Yes.
Okay, do you like dill pickles?
Yes.
How do you tolerate spicy food? That's a good one.
Not great.
That stomach.
not great.
Jewish.
Oh, that's something.
Not great.
Do you guys think that eating meat and cheese thing is actually a religion, or just your guys' intolerance for fucking food, just like the stomach problems?
Yeah, I think Jon Stewart had a joke about that.
he?
He's like Jews are just trying to figure out how to control other Jews from getting like stomach aches. Like, don't eat that. That's kosher.
the
Right,
pork,
that's
yeah,
me, yeah.
the pork and the fuck. Oh, that yeah, that's all it is.
Do you negotiate at farmers markets?
I don't go to farmers markets, but I don't negotiate. I don't like negotiating.
I don't like that shit. And
I'm not a haggler.
I love negotiating.
You do?
Yeah.
No.
I don't do. I'm like, that's the price.
I'm Ukrainian as fuck, you know. I come in and I go, listen, guys, like we're not paying you guys anything back.
Yeah, okay.
I just want,
Yeah.
I just want it all.
It's so funny because like you go to like a third world country or whatever. Like when I went to Bali and we're like, let's just go in the market. And they're like, hey, you do this. I'm like, just tell me the price. And then I'm like, okay, now you're just fucking like the guy was like, I do this one for 50 and this one for. He was Arab too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say this guy's like, I went to Fiji. Where'd you go? Bali.
Bali, no.
And I ran into
But
the one.
I ran to the only Arab. He was negotiating. No, but he was like, this is 50. This is 50. If you buy both, they're 120. I'm like, you didn't even do the math right. That's more than the two. I was like, how about I give you 100 for both, and we go. And he's like, he smiles like, all right, you got me. I'm like,
You smart businessman.
and he's like, I was like, aren't you Asian? Supposed to be like good at math? Like what the fuck? I guess Bali. Are they Asian? They're Asian.
No, those are like lazy Asians.
Those are lazy
They're on
Asians.
vacation always.
Nah,
Bali's like lazy Asians. They're like too nice. They have great working conditions.
They're like Asians in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Do you think they can make? Do you think they can make iPhones in Bali? I don't think so.
They make Louis Vuitton bags.
In Bali?
Yeah, they make a lot of this.
Really?
Yeah, actually, I found out if you like, they steal the like master print, and all those shops that have the fake ones, they're like actual real quality, except you're never getting a gift certificate or like a gift, like a card to say it's like.
Why don't they why can't they fucking fake that part too? They can fake the bag, but they can't fake a piece of paper?
Because they don't need to.
Oh,
Because who's going over there? Who's going over there? Be like, excuse me, kitty, I gotta show it to my friends because they're not gonna believe it. I just came back from Bali.
I can get drunk with all my boys. I can get drunk with your boys, but do you drink differently around your gay friends?
I might do some poppers too.
I drink.
Yeah.
I drink differently around hood kids.
Do you really?
Wait,
Yeah.
you
My
have
boys have a
Mickey
joke
and
about
Hennessy
it.
or what?
Like my boys joke about it. They're like, "Yo, why is Val get mad like different when like the hood kids come around?"
Do you start talking more ghetto around your hood friends, or do you keep like our conversation style with that? Do you adapt?
Nowadays it's a little bit more like this already because it's already became like embedded in my personality. But before it would be like I would turn it up for sure. I would throw a little slang in there.
What was the most like? What's the corniest black thing you've ever said? Do you think like where you were like, Dan, I can't believe I just said that out loud in front of a bunch of black dudes. Like where you're just like, yo, folks, shizzle, right? Like have you ever said something?
The corniest thing I think I've ever done where it was like cringe and I got caught up in it is like when I started doing like a Jamaican accent. Like, yeah, like
just for
like I'm the Hanks' son. What's his name? Chat Hanks.
ChatGPT.
So we don't really want to tell you nothing, right, brethren? You know, like,
Remember my clap.
You know, I can't even hate.
you know, you start like fucking around like that, and then people are like, you know, if you have like one of your boys and they're like just white kids from a regular neighborhood, they come back to the neighborhood, they go, yo, Val's kind of weird, bro. He's sitting in with the. You know, with the Jamaican voice. What else was kind of cringe? I think I've hit with the
Everything
y'all.
Irie.
Yeah, I think y'all doesn't work well for white people. Like
I like y'all in text form.
I think that's
Y'all's
cringe. I think y'all is so whack for white people. Like
Really?
We invented it.
but
We invented y'all.
well, Southern.
That's white.
Yeah.
That's about
That's
as white
not
as
my
we come.
white though. I don't.
You're black on the inside.
I don't consider myself Southern white. Like anybody
I don't
from
think you
Ohio.
are either.
I don't think we don't either.
Correct. Like when people say, "Oh, you're a white boy," I go, "Nah, brother. Like that's somebody." In
Nah.
I said that's somebody from Ohio, big dog.
I wish you would answer that with the N word.
Well, I was born in LA, and then when I turned 1, like after like 12 months, we went to Saudi Arabia, and then we came back when I was 5, and so I didn't actually like speak English. Like I spoke like other languages, but I didn't speak because we weren't here. And anyway, I picked it up, and then like growing up, all my friends were black. So if you would have heard me like up until like 7, and then I went to like the white kids school near Calabasas eventually, and then I just like, but I was pretty much a black kid my entire. I had cornrows and everything. Like I was
Really?
yeah. And then
You were like Sean Paul.
yeah. Let's not say things we can't take back.
Some go.
No, but it's so funny. I started reading Malcolm X later, and I was like, he's like, you need to speak properly so the white man respects you. I was like, yeah, I need to stop this slang.
You're
And
like,
I just started speaking-
Mom, can we go on vacation in Wakanda?
Yeah, when I was like 6-year-old little Arab kid. Hey, Mom, pull up with the blunts and the Hennessy real quick. I'm trying to see my friends at the park.
Yo, what do you think about the new trend
Shit.
with black people trying to be Muslim?
I don't think that's a new trend. I just told you I read a book from 1962 about a guy who was a black guy being Muslim. Like, what's this new thing? And soon they're gonna want to vote. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, but you didn't notice though, like how like the culture shifted where it became very popular, and I go, all the black rappers were like, Alhamdulillah, Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Like, you know, they
I'm
start
pretty
hitting.
sure that started in Harlem, and a lot of them were already Muslim. But
Well, you think it's a jail?
But
thing?
are they like
it's
really
definitely a
Muslim?
jail thing? That's a different thing.
Are they really Muslim? Or like a lot of people when they attach out of nowhere, like I'm announcing I'm now Muslim. You're like, dude, you don't do any like what? You're just a surface Muslim.
Bro, how dare you come at Kyrie Irving so hard?
Would you
Yeah,
say?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He loves that.
It's so funny. That one pissed me off because he was like, "Yeah, I'm fasting because you don't drink water and stuff while playing a game." I was like, "You're on the road. If you would have read the Quran, it says you're exempt from fasting while traveling."
Yeah.
I was like, "So get in there and get some fucking buckets and quit fucking taking my fantasy team because you won't have a fucking Dasani." Come on, read the book.
Let's go.
Sorry.
Don't fucking lose money.
Fantasy 1 year.
I know.
Really?
No, but I agree with you. Like, yo, if you're gonna say you're doing one thing, do the whole thing. Just like how he always says it. It's like, yo, in comedy, if you're gonna joke around about everything.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Yeah, you better. If you're gonna
can't
be
be
like,
selective.
if you're gonna come out and be like, I am now this, then you better be that. Even give it like a month, but be like, yo, here's my new fucking.
Yeah, dude. It's like there's these like girls. There's Muslim girls I know. This is why I never dated an Arab Muslim.
I thought you were about to imitate.
Yeah, I was like, they got.
I know. She got
When you
fucking-
did that, I just thought of Mia Khalifa
Sorry,
instantly.
yeah,
The minute you went like
No, she's
Muslim girls, like
She's a perfect Muslim in my mind, but she like
she's not even that hot.
you know what it is? She's like
It's because she's a slutty like Muslim.
yeah, because there's not an Arab.
there's-
In
yeah.
Arab, there's like
She's an Arab.
yeah, she's
Is she
Lebanese.
Muslim though?
Like by like as much as
Yes,
Donald
obviously.
Trump's Christian.
As much as I'm black.
As much as Donald Trump's Christian. That's
As much as I'm Muslim.
there you go. And it's like yeah, so no, but anyway, like I know girls that are like they're Muslim and they fast during Ramadan, but then they go to like Burning Man and Coachella, and I'm like, just give it up.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
you don't get to pick.
Same thing with
Just fast.
Jews also.
Just be like, hey,
Jews
I'm
do
just
the same
fasting.
thing. Jews also like they will literally be like do some of the craziest things. Like I don't even want to start saying it, and then they go Yom Kippur. They're like, I'm so sorry. Like brother.
At least
what are we doing?
At least that
I mean,
one
that's
you-
me in a relationship.
Like, but my whole thing is like, yo,
You've never done some crazy shit to your girl and then be like, I'm sorry? That's it.
Yeah, but I also don't walk around, extremely putting the religion as a forefront of my personality.
A lot of Saudis when they come over here, it's like they stopped doing this. They used to pay for them to come to school here because they quadruple or even octuple the fucking tuition. So like they'll go to like a school that'd be like $4,000 a semester for us. And it'll be like $20,000 for them. They always do that to foreign students. So they. MBS was like, no, I'm not sending you guys out there anymore because he found out what it was because they came back with no skills because it was like fucking Muslim rumspringer. Like I'd hang out with some Saudi princes just doing ball service every night.
they go
pay,
wild.
Pay some kid to fucking
Yeah.
pay off the teacher or pay off somebody just to do their homework.
I know one right now.
Yeah,
in dental school.
I know. So
He's bugging out.
So they started. Yeah, they have a great time. I used to hang out with Emirati who used to fucking drop like $100,000 on ball service when we went to fucking Vegas, and I was like, he actually studied somewhat, but like, dude, we used to go on these Muslim rumspringers, and these guys would be like, oh, I'm doing a fucking line. We're doing ecstasy. I'm gonna fuck that bitch. We're drinking alcohol. It's like, does this have pork? You're thinking of all the things God's
That's
like.
the kryptonite.
You think God's like, oh wait, Allah's like, hey, you're okay. You fuck the girl, you do the cocaine off her asshole, and then you fuck this girl, and you take the molly from this girl vagina, but you didn't eat the bacon. Yeah, come in. Welcome to paradise.
Way to enter.
It's because we're all hypocrites.
Yeah.
It's word to Wallah. That's one of my favorite things is when they go word to Wallah. I did not do that.
The problem is most religions, the rules for them, they kind of ignore. It's the rules for everyone else that they try to enforce, right? It's like, meaning like, hey, like, like, it's okay, I'll do a little blow, blah, 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 blah. But like, you're not allowed to be doing, according to my religion, you shouldn't be doing that. Do you know how many fucking, really uptight Christians are like anti-abortion, right? They don't want you to get an abortion, but they've had a few. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. A lot.
But it's like,
everyone's rules for me and then rules for.
But
they,
you know how
right?
it is. Parents kind of pass that down because parents, let's say that go through crazy times, have kids, and they go, "Don't do that. Don't do this, son." And then next thing you know, the parents.
Wait, how
went
do you
in-
know how to imitate my mom so well?
well, that's the parents. They're like, I
we're-
wouldn't want you to go through it. You
Yeah,
know, and
but
that's
think
the
about it
approach.
this, but you also like, you got to get a little perspective. Like you think your parents are smart, but I'm like, dude, I would have had a 20-year-old son at this age. That's what my parents had. And I don't know dick. I'm 40, right? Yeah. So it's like your parents are just lying to you as much as to keep you in control. Yeah. But meanwhile, like, I can't even imagine what my parents were doing at 40.
So Arabs, you guys don't like to drink much. I was like, no, we love to drink. We actually invented beer, I believe. We invented beer, and then
I think a woman invented beer.
Not in my country, but
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Shut
Can
up.
we fact check that?
No, she invented getting me a beer. But anyway, no. So we did it. They're like, you guys used to like the belly, like we got belly dancers. Like, why? Well, you guys seem fun. I was like, yeah, that's the problem. We were too fun. So then we were like, you know what? They're like Muslims, like, yeah, you guys can't drink anymore. You can't be trusted. It's like, it even says it's like a man who's drunk cannot be respected, and that's why he did it. And that's like, and the women must cover up because we had belly dancing and alcohol. It was a fucking good time. It was a
Celebrations, baby.
You guys got a little too wild, and now you're just. But you've always been wild.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's in there. It's already dormant. We're like the Irish except less depressed, but but also depressed. But it's like what he said. It's just there to regulate you.
There has to be something. And I just notice people that don't have any rules. I'm a barber. I have a lot of clients.
Yeah.
And I have clients that are Muslim, Chinese, whatever you can think of, right? And then there's people with
No black clients though? Do you cut black hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying like can you? It's
Of
a
course,
skill. It's,
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually very simple. And black hair is not that easy. I mean, not that hard to cut. That's the funny part about it. But whatever.
backtrack.
We'll talk about that later.
Sorry.
We'll talk about that later. But the whole point is that people that don't really have much of a foundation, even if they don't follow it, but as long as they had it slightly before, are kind of like more normal in a sense of like they have more balance. You know
I don't think it's a religion thing. I think it's
I don't think so
I
either.
think it's a parental thing. It's like whoever raised you is what kind of person you're going to
Right.
be.
Right.
And like that's why I do believe in rules. I don't believe in like religious rules, but I believe in like household rules. Right? Like I live in your house, you make the rules.
Right.
And that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And these days you can't even say that to a kid.
Right.
And that's why they're all fucking
It has
because the kids right now, kids shouldn't have any rights.
I agree.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you?
You know, it's so funny because like people talk about like I gotta do this because it's the religious thing. It's what the rules are. It's the what God.
Right.
And they're like, oh, but you have nothing to govern yourself because you gave up religion and you're like an atheist. I'm like, what's better? Me doing it because someone's telling me I'm gonna go to hell, or me doing it because I think it's the right thing to do.
Right.
I'm not giving money to this homeless guy because I think God's gonna reward me. I'm doing it because that guy needs a hit of crack to survive on that street
Right.
all night, so nobody shanks him. So he needs to stay awake, and I want to give him that.
And
crack.
sometimes the best thing for him is for you to just strangle him
yes.
so that he doesn't exist and you can clean up the neighborhood.
Yeah. No. I see. You're too strong. What I do is, I just
See, but you're
complain. I call the cops. All the
Yeah, but but you're not getting rid of the problem. You're kind of keep feeding. You're like it's like feeding like fucking like it's like feeding raccoons in your backyard. They're just gonna keep coming back.
Thing is,
you got to kill them.
We see with America, we pass off the problem. That's the issue with America. It's like, oh, that's happening in the neighborhood. Cops come through. Then cops come through. Then the judge comes.
Cops
through.
never come
Then the
through.
judge comes through. Then the jail comes through.
You're right.
You know, it's like constantly we're passing it along. But what if we just clip it?
You know what? I think he. You know what I think? I think he just explained the Palisades fires. You know what happened? They didn't clean up the neighborhood, so they just kept going, and they went up into an uninhabitable area where they're like, all right. No, we're gonna make these homes so expensive. It's too high for the crackheads to get up here. And then, but what about if there's fires? We're worried about that later. I'd rather deal with that than have some fucking junkie yelling.
See, he moved out at the wrong time. The prices of the house is going to come down.
Yeah, it's.
Why are they going to come down?
Oh well,
I think they're going to go up.
they went up, but they're gonna go back down. Then they're gonna crash. There's a crash coming. Mr. Wayne, like I don't know if I guess like we're. In
I'm
Dark
not
Knight.
smart enough financially to know if it's coming or not.
We're fucked either way. But how's New York, by the way?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
so much better.
Yeah, it's good. LA isn't a bad place.
Your people did a number on it 24 years ago, but we're back.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're back.
But how do you like the new tower? Huh?
Awful. Awful. It's so gross.
It's gross.
That's actually what I'm more upset about. I hate the new tower. I'm not mad at the dead people.
I know a guy if you want.
Yeah, can you guys try again? Because like I'm telling you, I don't even.
He likes
I don't
old
care.
vintage
I don't care about the people that died because we discuss how many 9/11s a day. And I don't care about them, right? Like in terms of bodies, right? I'm more mad that the skyline's different. Like if you just said we're going to kill 2,000 people in New York, but like nothing's going to happen to the World Trade Center physically, I'm like, go for it. Go for it. Like I don't care about the bodies. It's more like every 90s movie I watch, I'm like, damn, it used to look so good. And now this new tower, it's fucking gay.
Yeah.
It's like not iconic. It's nothing special. Like Twin Towers meant something.
Yeah, he's like one of those people like, you know,
I like the
first
old
pair
days.
of Jordans were cool. Like why change anything? You know?
Yeah.
That's kind of like
The new tower is gross. There's a memorial. It's sad. Like no one wants to be down there. You ever go down there? It's fucking gay.
I'm not allowed within 100 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're on the. That's so good. So say your full name because the middle name.
Faysal Lawrence Al Hayat.
The Lawrence seems
My
just
mom
like.
wanted to name me Lawrence.
sounds like a dangerous
My
name.
mom wanted to name me Lawrence. My dad wanted to name me Steve. My dad wanted to be white so bad. He was a Iraqi guy, but he'd been here since like the 60s. And my mom was like plucked from the Middle East. Her father knew King Faisal in Saudi Arabia, and he was like, please. I was like the youngest one of the generation. Like, please give me one Faisal. I need one Faisal in the family because my cousin has a great name, but they were like, he's the only other male, so he gave it to me. And I was like Faisal, and I was like Lawrence is the middle name, and there we go. So Faysal Lawrence Al Hayat. But I go by. A lot of people are like. I'm like, don't say it. Just say Faysal Lawrence.
Faysal Lawrence is nice.
I feel like if I pronounce your full name, I'm screaming out something that.
Well, I think if you add an A at the end, you get Al Qaeda. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would just go as Lawrence of Arabia.
At least I didn't get my fucking cousin's name, bro. His name is Jihad.
No way.
I'm like, you know. After 9/11, they're like, you want to change it to something? He's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, huh.
If we were growing up together,
Yeah, might as well just call yourself random back check.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to be like, I'm just gonna be Jihad. Like,
Yeah.
I would call you if we were growing up together. I would just call you little Dubai.
There you go. All my friends that everybody ever grew up with calls me Face.
Yeah?
The black kids gave me that one when I was
Oh,
when
fire.
I was 12. I was like, yeah, because I didn't like my name. I was like, I want to change it and I was like, fuck. And then somebody started
Face
calling me
is a
Face.
good name.
Yeah, it's Face.
It's a good rap name.
I got a nickname too, but it wasn't good.
What was it?
It was like a bad term for
Ukrainian?
No,
I'm just kidding.
snowflake.
Snowflake?
Yeah.
They called me
That
egg
was-
roll.
What they call you?
Roll?
Egg roll.
Egg roll? Why is that?
Because when I came to America, they were like, no one's going to be able to pronounce Kirill. They're like, no one can say Kirill in this country. We're going to change it. They changed my name to K-roll. They're like, oh, people will know how to say K-roll. I'm like, no, they just call me Carol now. And now I'm a woman's name. And then people are like, K-roll, let's just call him egg roll. And I just got known as egg roll my whole life.
You do kind of.
I look like an egg roll. You
Yeah,
saw
it
the
does
photo.
look-
I have the
K-roll-
complexion
K-roll-
of an egg roll. I look deep fried.
K-roll sounds like some sort of like joint cigarette laced with ketamine. Like it sounds like a K-roll. I would try that once at least.
Yeah.
Or twice.
Yeah, it sounds like
I might start releasing some K-rolls. Who does more coke, poor people or rich people?
Rich people.
I think more poor. There's more poor people than rich.
Nope.
I
No
thi-
shot.
I think-
Chances are rich people are doing coke. Poor people could try it, but they can't continue it.
when you
Can't get addicted.
yeah, poor people will do like meth and crack and stuff.
Yeah, they'll do meth.
I think, but like, okay, there's rich people who would do coke, and then you have like middle class people who are kind of broke.
Yeah, but those are the people
most.
that die from the fentanyl coke.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think that most of those, I think 90% of the time is it's 3 a.m. and you're at a warehouse rave and you're just like, fuck, I need something. And you just trust this guy named fucking Wizard with a key and you hope for the best.
Wizard is a crazy nickname to meet somebody.
I'd be terrified.
I have a friend named Wizard.
Do you have a friend named Wizard?
Yeah, it's
is
his
he real?
birth name too.
Really?
Yeah, I think his mom was. He's actually a DJ, but I've definitely done ketamine with
I
him.
mean, if your birth name's Wizard, I could tell you that you're going to be a DJ growing up.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
either
strip
that-
club DJ.
No, like a fucking EDC DJ.
Damn.
Like I think he did the side stage at EDC this last year, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, people taking ketamine a little far though nowadays. I feel like
Everything's a medicine now.
everything's a medicine. People, my mom used to drink valerian root to calm down. People are like over here, oh, I don't feel good. Let's go to a party and sniff fucking K for 6 years.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa, that's a long party, all right?
Yeah, I like when people are like, oh, I do ketamine, like it's therapeutic to me. I was like,
It's so sauna.
not at
You can go
Coachella.
to the sauna and have therapy.
you know, you can also if you want to do ketamine and stuff. There's like intravenous places with a nurse and shit. Like you don't need to sniff it off your fucking Honda Civic key and while somebody's playing the repetitive beat loop in a dark thing. Like,
I mean, that's the only way to enjoy that music.
don't get me wrong. No, I still love it.
Do you like it sober?
I like it. So I listen to it. I don't listen. I listen to like techno and stuff, but I listen to it at the gym. No, I like it sober. I like it sober. But I think what it is for me is I've done so much ecstasy and Molly and ketamine that it's just in there. It just brings back that like same serotonin.
It just
feeling.
fucking kicks in.
Yeah. My girlfriend thinks it sounds like pots banging, especially when I listen to like techno.
Luckily, you're not a vegetable. A lot of people become vegetables when they get a little too fun with the Molly. And
Yeah, I
ketamine.
used to do it every week, but but thankfully, you know what the thing is? I waited till I was like in my mid 20s, let those frontal lobes develop. Then you start doing. I used to go to Kirill's parties like before I met him, like at Lure on Molly. You remember Lure?
Oh my God, I got banned from Lure.
Why'd you get banned from Lure?
Because I would have too many stars show up, and one night we had so many girls show up that they were putting Patron corks in their buttholes at my table, and the club owner was like, "Kirill, like, while this is all fun, the clients next to you are complaining." I'm like, what are you, a f***? Like, you get to go to a club, you're spending 10 grand on bottle service, like, you're gonna bitch that you got to see Adriana Chechik spread eagle on a table with a Patron cork in her ass? I got fired. I was too wild for LA.
Yeah.
The Lure parties were awesome.
That Lures Day, the Thursday Lures Day was the fucking best. I remember I was there every time you were there, just because I was be there anyway every Thursday. But I like definitely, it was always really fun when you were there. And then that was like when I was done with college. But yeah, I'm sorry we complained about that, by the way. Now looking back, no, I'm kidding. You know what happened? There was one rich guy, and he and his friends, they were having a good time, and the one fucking sugar baby bitch, I bet, at the table, the girlfriend of the guy who bought the table was like, "This is obscene." He's like, fuck.
Now I gotta complain.
Now I gotta complain. Hey, we're really upset about this. She's such a bitch. Like, it's just
Right, dude.
ruined it for everybody.
Yeah,
like
but
that a
LA is
lot.
a soft town for this shit, anyways.
Yeah, LA is a little soft, and it's not the nightlife scene has been kind of. I mean, I don't even go out as much, but unless
It's just fucking boring. You guys go to bed at 2 here.
yeah, because we got to wake up for the stock market on your side. That's the problem.
Is that really why?
That's part of it. That's how they
never even thought
regulate it.
about
Bullshit.
That's how
it's the crime.
I think it's the drunk driving.
Yeah, it's the crime.
Wait, also, that's the other part with this right out. But you can.
You guys have no public transit, so
Yeah, that's-
like,
And also,
so
you
that's-
guys are being nice by saying 2 a.m. Everything starts closing at 1.
yeah, they start putting
They
the
close the
fucking
shop,
saran wrap on the bottles at 1.
I always said like LA is very boring to someone who doesn't know someone. Like you have to know how to get into the parties in the hills. You have to get into.
But even those people, they don't want to stay up.
What are you talking about? I used to stay up till fucking the next day all the time.
Used
like,
to?
Yeah, I mean, maybe now. I don't know. Actually, no, there's still parties going on. You just have to like. The problem is, it's a very cliquey town.
LA's a good city if you didn't come from another city.
I don't know. Yeah,
If you came from like anywhere else where it's like a town, LA's great. You're like, this is amazing. But if you came from if you come from Toronto, you're like, LA's gross. If you come from New York, you're like, LA sucks.
Oh yeah.
Every other city-
Nightlife-wise, this town is nothing.
It really died out around 2000. It used to be a lot more fun.
When they canceled my parties, is kind of when LA went to shit.
that's what I.
Once
you know,
they
it
drew
was
the
around
line,
that time.
I was like, this is the town to build Harvey Weinstein, and I'm not allowed to pour champagne on a fucking butthole. This is absurd.
Make it make sense.
This is a town is so disgusting.
Make it make sense.
I don't know about so disgusting, but it's definitely not a fun town in the sense of nightlife for sure.
You know what happened? I will tell you what happened. Around 2016 is when it started, like decline. It used to be they used to have some of the best parties here actually. Like and the exclusivity part of it was the great part. And what happened is like you remember they used to pay like whatever Paris Hilton $50,000 to just do a walkthrough or something.
Yep.
Things like because they would they would come to the clubs anyway, like on a Wednesday. I remember you remember Roxbury or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Roxbury.
There's
So,
a
yeah,
movie about it.
Oh yeah. So they after they did the movie.
Right?
Yeah, they did it.
Roxbury.
They did the movie, but then they reopened it somewhere else. And then I remember like seeing Rihanna there just at the next booth, waved to her or whatever, like just partying on a like fucking Wednesday.
Right.
night. And that used to happen all the time because they would just want to make the fucking TMZ thing because there was no Instagram.
There's no social
Instagram
media.
came out. Now they're like, I don't need the paparazzi. I can fucking post my own shit and stuff. And
But I also don't want to leave the house now because
But it's
of
funny because
Instagram.
the celebrities don't even want to be out now. Now that you can post them.
Exactly. So they regulate their own pictures for the most part, and they don't have to. And then that stopped putting revenue into the clubs, and the clubs got lazy and stopped making it more fun. Like they stopped paying for like DJ talent stuff. I think like where you got banned was like the
peak of celeb culture and nightlife.
Yeah,
Celeb culture and nightlife, I think, only exists in Miami now.
Nightlife is only powered by fat drug dealers that basically paid the bills for the
Yeah,
club.
like
Usually.
It used to be a lot of like rich guys until they realized I'm just going to go to Europe and party. Why am I spending $15,000 in Manhattan
Obviously.
or even
on a
or even
girl
like
that's
a-
fucking, no ass,
Exactly.
no tits?
Bro, the bottle service in LA is like the same price as Miami, Europe, or it's cheaper. It's actually cheaper here. Like Europe's like you go to Bali, you go to a club that looks like it was built in Vegas, and you're spending like 1/10 the price. Like, why would you do it in LA with some girl that's just going to be standing and looking on her phone?
I think they sold the nightlife had that thing where everyone's like bottle service in your town, and then like these dudes probably looked at their bank accounts. They're like, I spent $400,000 this year, and I literally didn't leave my own zip code. Like,
Let
let me
alone get a
let me go
kiss.
have some fun.
Get a kiss. They never even got a kiss.
I didn't even get in
for
the picture.
400,000.
She took a picture of the fucking Dom P and not me.
Yeah, seriously, that should be a dick on your fucking Instagram. Not
He
a
sends
dime.
the bank statement to his promoter Adam, and he's like, "Dude, what happened?" He's like, "What do you mean? What happened? You had a good time?" He's like, "Not really. Never kissed nobody,
He said,
dude.
She didn't kiss. She didn't kiss you. She told me she kissed you.
bad ROI in
Especially
nightlife.
emotionally."
Emotionally, there's zero ROI. No, I guess not. I don't know. I've ran into some crazy girls where I was like, I'm clingy, but I'm like, damn, this bitch is a fucking problem.
There's ROI on instant gratification, maybe.
I'd rather take you to dinner and use that money than buy bottle service to get laid. Because I know that I can talk better at a restaurant than I can at a nightclub.
Yeah, definitely. I like the only time I'll drop bottle service money is overseas if I'm if it's like, but it also has to be like a big act I want to see.
Yeah, and I don't know anyone.
Yeah. So like I actually like I'm trash. I like house music and stuff. So I'll like go and buy like a bottle for this person or this person, or if it's like and then I'll like go in on that because that way I'm 38. I don't want to be in the crowd. So I just need a place, and my girlfriend's 4'11". I don't want to lose her ass. So like I just need a place.
I
to
feel
sit.
you, and it's also an experience for you, something that you're willing to do. It's almost like a concert. You're willing
it's a
to,
concert.
you're willing to actually enjoy it that way, and I get it.
Yeah, but
that's normal.
You're not even doing bottle service for bottle service. You're doing it for real estate.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's as opposed to like diminishing ends at a club now.
But a lot of guys go to nightlife nowadays and just edge themselves and run home to give themselves a good jerk, and then they wake up, they're like, Oh my God, it was so fun.
Yeah,
and you're like, whoa.
They're lying. That's the gayest move.
And you're like, what did you do?
Go to the Abbey. You'll have way more fun.
Yeah, at least go to a gay club.
At least
and
get
your
jerked
dick
off
sucked.
by a gay
Get jerk off, and you might get roofied, and it might be a good time, Jack. Dude, yeah, that's like what's a worse, more diminishing return in your opinion? Doing that, the club and edging and going home, or going to a strip club?
Strip club is terrible. I think strip club is fun more for the shits and giggles with your boys, but I don't think you go to a strip club for the return of like excitement.
I'm saying
of
which one's worse between the paying for a bottle and going to a club, or the strip club?
Probably the bottle.
Yeah, because a strip club, there's nothing I hate more than being around someone that doesn't want to be around me. And so a strip club to me is like, I'm paying you to be my friend, and I find that to be disgusting.
Yeah.
But I do like strip clubs when I go with friends because I'm not spending money, they're not spending money. Either they're like, they know someone there, or I know the manager. And then I'm okay with strip clubs because when the girls come over, I'm like, you ain't getting shit from me.
Correct.
So we can have like a real conversation, a real friendship here. I can handle that. And then I'll buy some shots and drink with you.
That's why
I hate when my boys are like, yo, bachelor party strip club. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Even
I'm not doing
OnlyFans
this.
for me is like, it's almost feels the same way because it's transactional. Anything that becomes transactional, I feel like I'm not liked in return. I'm like, I'm good on that.
The same thing with porn sites, except bang.com. Use promo code ALFBANG and get a 3-day free trial to Bang.
Yeah, but that's different.
That's the only time I would pay for porn.
Speak slow.
In 3-day free trials.
That's like you being excited to like art.
I never liked strip clubs. I think I just had too big of an ego. I peaked at 17, but I was a good-looking 17-year-old. But so I was like, I always just like, why?
I feel like Muslim guys would peak at like 13. You
I had a beard.
You guys get a beard at like
I've had
10.
that beard. But it was funny because like I was just like, I'm always like, why am I? Like I don't want you. Like I don't want you to fake like me. Like what you're saying.
Right.
I don't. I have too big of an ego for that. I value myself too much for that. And
As you should.
It's only fun when you like go with girls too, or like you go somewhere like 11 where it's half club, half.
Right.
Like
A lot of guys go to strip clubs the same way gay dudes try to approach like straight guys. Meaning like the guys come into a strip club thinking they're so special and they're going to turn this girl out and she's going to like become this holy girl that's going to become his personal sex advanced chick.
Yeah.
You know?
Dudes at strip clubs are like girls who bring like signs to concerts that are like, marry me. And they're like, you know what I mean? You're like, you are so delusional that you think you're going to get plucked out of the crowd by Post Malone and be like, that's marry me, Posty. That's a dude at a strip club. You know what's even grosser? Like we talk about this all the time. Like I don't want to see my girl being a hoe. I want you to be my hoe, right? Yeah. So a strip club's such a strange environment for me because I'm like, dude, I just watched you sit on 30 laps. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And yeah, that's like, bro, what is that? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
That's like you have,
Like a fucking pinball machine.
Yeah,
this fucking bitch is like, and then lands on me. I'm like, get off my lap.
And then
That's
she's
disgusting.
basically giving you a sales pitch that you're like the guy.
Yeah. How many times have you heard your boy come back from like the fucking lap dance zone and be like, bro, she really liked me. She really.
Back in the day, all the time.
Yeah, I'm saying I mean, like when you're
I've
like
had
fucking
friends.
20.
I'd be like, bro, I like you too. You don't give me $1,000.
How about I tell you? I have a friend that went
Coworkers.
to a different country, went to a massage place, and the massage place offered a little sasaza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he caught the sasaza and fell in love with the zaza. You know what I mean?
What kind of hand job was that?
And he was like, yo, she actually liked me and went into a relationship with this girl. I said, dude, you can't be serious right now. Like, and I would ask him, I'm like, you sure this is happening? Like, you really think that she likes you? She's like, nah, bro. She would only do it to guys she likes or like normal dudes. I said, what the fuck does that mean? Normal dudes. What's a description of a normal dude? He's like, nah, but I'm like, I wasn't like a regular guy. The guys that are going there are like old, nasty dudes. So she wouldn't do it for them. She would just give them massages.
Did she tell him the clientele? Was it like, or did he know that Robert Kraft went there?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, you can't.
But also, like, you can't date anyone if that's your origin story. Like, oh, how'd you guys meet? I don't know. She jerked me off when I first met her. You're like,
Just say at work and you worked at Starbucks. If you meet my parents,
nah.
Bro, come on.
dude, yeah,
Come on.
No, some dudes are just some people are just so desperate for like love and affection that they just, it's like people who can't,
They think
mental gymnastics, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
I've
they
done
think
It's a mental illness.
I've done it. Like, yeah. I remember one time I thought.
you've tried to turn a girl out before from her
No.
Yes.
No,
You have?
Yeah.
Hey, probably. Yeah, but I've had dumb thing. I remember I met a girl at a party, and I had to go to another place, but I told her I'd come back just because we hit it off and already made out. And I was like, I got to go to a birthday dinner. It was like a daytime party, and I was like, she's like, but she's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you're gonna be back. I was like, no, this is how much I like you. I'm gonna give you my my bag of blow. I had a bag of blow. I was like, I'm gonna give you this. And you know I am trusting with you because I know I'll be back. She's like, oh my God. It's like this. And I was like, oh my God, that's our origin story. And for like months we didn't. She was the worst fucking most toxic relationship ever. And I'm now thinking back, I'm like, your origin story is you trusted her with your coke.
See, that's one thing.
My origin story with my ex-girlfriend.
Really?
Is she did coke off her best friend's tits in the back of an Uber. And the best part about this thing is me and Justin Crow, one of my best friends in New York, me and him were out drinking. We ran into my ex at the time. She was obviously not my ex, but like we met and I was like, yo, come drinking with us. She and her girl went. They're in the back seat doing blow off each other's tits because I was like, do coke off each other's tits. And they're like, ah! Right? 3 months later, I meet up, like have lunch with my friend Justin, and he's like, with that girl became my girlfriend, and he's like, yo, remember that slut that like did the blow off the tits? And she was like, right here.
Oh, wow.
But that was my origin story.
Yeah, but you see, then it usually never works out. I wasn't naive like that. Like even when I was younger, luckily, I was lucky enough to be like, even if I saw a bottle girl or like a bartender or anything like that, I'm like, it's not going to be good.
Wanted to fuck him though.
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
yeah, but you can have lust for that, but you know
It's
that
so
passion ain't going nowhere.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, you just-
lusting for a bottle girl. Oh my God, the amount of like, because I just
You know how many times she gives out her phone number, bro?
Yeah.
You got to be a complete
Got a
neck.
whole nother. She gives you a landline.
if she's gonna bang any loser, she's gonna bang the rich loser in their club, not me.
Yeah,
But I
she-
was always like, oh my God, I'm gonna
Yeah,
break
like-
this girl one day, and I did. But it took
Yeah.
10 years, and she's gross.
Yeah.
I wait for them to get ugly. I wait for them to reach my level,
Oh,
and then I
that's funny.
fuck them with the fantasy of what they were 10 years ago.
So that's funny because there's like the girl you couldn't get in high school, but now the girl in the high school wants you. Old adage,
Right.
and then you're like, oh God, she's after that kid, she's just ruined. But it's like, it's fucking, it's a fucking prom queen. I'm gonna do it. like,
You sound like Deadpool for a second just now, by the way.
I get that a lot. I get that a lot that I have that inflection.
I'm gonna close my eyes and listen.
Well, I can't fuck the prom queen, but I can now. Like I get that.
That was very.
that's
You
right.
could do Ryan Reynolds
That's Ryan
voiceovers.
The thing is, like, sometimes a lot of people are like, you. My friends pointed this out. They're like, sometimes you talk like Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, I don't know where that's from.
No, that's good. You should probably be like, hey, I'll do all the voiceovers for garbage you don't want to do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
My bladder might explode right now.
Can you-
Can I do
Can-
a little? Do 1 second? 'Cause
Yeah.
I need to piss like bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever hear that story of Ken Jeong when they were in like the Hangover Gang when they did the ping pong thing when they went to go watch it? Did you,
Oh, the ping pong shows where they shoot out of their
yeah,
pussy?
did you hear their story?
No.
Okay, so Ken Jeong, who's a good friend of mine, and I'll pick up that name I dropped, but he said they all went to a thing, and they were shooting it, like shooting the ping pong balls out of their vagina. If you're not familiar, that's what they do. They put it in their vagina. They could like fucking hit a fly off of like whatever off this bottle, and she shot it like perfectly into Bradley Cooper's mouth, and he was like, and then like in the Mr. Chow voice, he goes, "Ha ha ha! You have AIDS now."
So good.
Oh God, yeah, he's
That's
he could
funny.
Just do that. He could just do that anytime.
I mean, yeah, that's hilarious. It's
God,
a
he's
great setup.
He's the best. My favorite meme from Community is this little.
Oh yeah. And my second favorite meme is him going gay.
Dude.
Dude, yeah.
He's a legend.
He's
And it's crazy because he's a doctor.
yeah,
Paper.
he is. It's so funny because
Is he your doctor?
he doesn't practice anymore. No,
But do you ever ask him for? Is he like? If he was my friend, I'd be like, "You're my WebMD."
I
I'd be
sent him
like,
pictures of my dick to see. I was like, "Is this okay?" He's like, "I think it's fine." I was like, "He's like, do you think you have a disease?" I was like, "No, I meant like rate my dick." But no, he hasn't.
Every
practiced
dick's
in
got to
long
be a
time.
10 compared to his.
Oh, no, yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, but somehow his was hairier than mine. I don't understand that.
Yeah, Ken Jeong seems like he'd have a hairy wing.
No, you should see The Hangover.
oh, is the, oh yeah,
Dick's in the movie.
that's right. Oh my God, is that really his dick?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I assumed like
he said he talks.
it would
about
take a lot of money for me to show my dick.
it was
Really?
his first
Yeah.
breakout role, and I think they did pay him well. You know, it's so funny when he was like working on doing stand up and trying out for like roles. It was at Kaiser Permanente in like Woodland Hills. Across the street, there used to be this a middle school. Now it's called Woodland Hills Academy, but it used to be Parkman. I was going there while he was a doctor across the street, and like we were like literally fucking 100 yards away from each other, or maybe even 100 feet. While he was still trying to become a comic, and I was just in middle school.
No
It was
shit.
so crazy that he was like right there. He used to walk right by his job everywhere. I used to cut through that.
Meant to be.
Yeah, I'm glad we became friends later. He won't return my calls anymore.
How'd you guys become friends?
Laugh Factory. Yeah, it's so funny. And then we were doing some shows I was hosting, and then eventually like he was practicing for his special. He decided to make like a run at it, and I was like opening for him while he was practicing his special. And we did, we we had a great time.
I don't know stand up. I assume he's just a great character actor.
He's a great character actor. He's a good stand up. His special is more like a. It's kind of like a
Talking.
It's more. I don't want to say like
As opposed to.
Usually,
It's not a
I don't know
speaking.
if you haven't watched comedy.
Storytelling.
You play a violin and you just like it's like minstrels now.
Yeah.
You play a violin and then you do the ping pong out of your pussy and then that's the punchline. And no, it's more like, but it's a lot. It's like a story of like everything and like to his wife and his career. But it's funny. It's very funny.
It's like a biography type of thing.
I would say it's like a funny TED Talk, like in a way. But it's still stand up. But yeah, he does some like Asian like observations and stuff. It's really funny. It's really good. It's heartwarming at the same time. And he's got just enough dirty, but it's cute coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yeah, because
Not like
once he can do that accent.
Yeah, not like when Kirill talks dirty, it just gets you horny. But
Yeah.
or is that just me?
Take your pants off.
No. That's
Put 'em back on.
That might be just you.
Dude.
That might be just you.
It's so funny how many people come out of the woodwork after like I post something with him, with Kirill or something, or like he reposts like a meme. Like if I make one, I don't really tempt much on social media, but once in a while I just get bored, and he'll like repost it if it fits the brand, and it gets me like 100 followers, and then it's like,
You see that juice?
You see, but I have no content, so it's not like I'll give you
Followers.
actually sometimes 300, but
I'm gonna start charging.
yeah, you should.
I want to.
And I'm also a guy and not a hot chick. If I was a girl in a bikini, I'd have 1 million followers from that meme.
We were talking about partying a lot, right? About
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. I have a little segment for us. Do you have any party stories that were like crazy bizarre?
I have too many, but
Like
I'll
a
try.
good one, like something embarrassing, something a little nasty.
There's one that came to
Right away.
I have a lot of nasty.
Okay, so can I bring this out? Real
Yeah,
quick
you do.
for us?
Yeah, go for it. I'll try to keep it punchy. My ADHD goes off.
A lot of my party stories I forget because I just get so blackout.
Yeah, you know it's funny. Like
People, more my party stories. People telling me what I did.
oh, that's
That's a lot. Like, do you remember this? I'll be like, oh wow,
guys.
that happened.
Okay, check this out. Let me give a little presentation of this. Okay, this is Mr. Sancho Pancho, baby. Okay, this is the new competitor of Clase Azul, baby.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, artistically, yes.
Artistically, autistically. But these guys are technically the same guys that are, running a distillery for even like Don Julio and all these other brands. But, the guy that owns it, he started his own company, and it's a really fire tequila.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do a little special right now. We're going to do a little trivial thing where you tell a party story, I tell a party story, and Kirill tells a party story, and we see who's got the really like,
I think I'm gonna lose this one. I'm nice, but I'll try anyway.
You have good, nice ones. I have some gross ones.
No.
No, it's nice, doesn't matter. It could be cringe. If
This one's a little. Yeah, this one's a little cringy. I'll just. It's the only one that's popping in my head right now. I know I have many, and I'll probably scream one out in my head on the way home. But I'm going to therapy after this. So
It's okay.
okay, so I'll try to.
But take it out of the thing.
yeah, I'm going to take it out.
I'm actually gonna take a swig.
I'm
No joke. Fresh out of the bottle, one shot. You don't get to see us swap it out for water. I'll take a swig. I'll tell you how I feel about Mr. Sancho Pancho.
Mid-20s, I just started getting into fucking Molly and stuff, and I'm partying. They used to like call me the machine before Bert Kreischer because I used to stay up for like 2-3 days sometimes partying. Anyway, we're in Vegas. We get like a 3-bedroom like penthouse suite. All of like there's like a bunch of us in there, but we're having a good time. I was like, I don't even need a bedroom. Give me the second living room because I'm gonna be there all weekend. I don't give a fuck. So we get tables. I'm partying. I go to the CD after party. Next day I'm running. I maybe get like 1 hour of sleep. I think I have a granola bar and cocaine for breakfast. And I'm like, we're going to a day party. We're going there. I'm having a good time. All my friends start dying out like pussies because they're fucking, they're reasonable human beings. And they're like, they're like, Face, we're going to a club tonight. Why don't you come home and have dinner? Like, we'll go party back in a room. And I was like, nah, I'm staying till the end. I stay. I'm hanging out. I want to get one more drink, and I'm about to go get a cab to go back to my hotel. And there's like this British couple there. I see them order like 2 drinks at once. And I go and I'm like, can I get a drink? The guy's like, those are my last 2, sorry. And they're like, well, if you want, you can have some of ours. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I saw them. Like, I know you didn't do anything. I was like, you're like, yeah. So I gave it to him. I was like, drinking. I'm like, and I'm just casually like, drunk from 2 days now. I'm like, you guys want some Coke? And they're like, yeah. They're like, yeah, we love some. And I was like, now, and then I'm giving him bumps. I'm giving his girl bumps. They're like, and we're walking through the Wynn. And I'm like, dude, you look like Calvin Harris. he did kind of with the sunglasses, and he was like, Calvin Harris is like 6'7" or 6'6" or some shit.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna just pretend you're Calvin Harris. So I'm walking through the wind. I'm like, hey, come on, Calvin, just saying it out loud. And someone's like, oh my God, are you Calvin Harris? He's like, oh yeah. It's like, no, we gotta go, Calvin. Sorry, he's not. So please, just one picture. So there's like 15 people who think they got a picture with Calvin Harris at the fucking Win in 2000, in 2013. Or you didn't. But anyway, and so we're going through, we're like laughing, and then we're doing, we're drinking at the bar in the Win, and and without missing a beat, the British wife of this guy comes over and she takes out like these beautiful, soft, big tits. I'm not even a tit guy, but these, you don't have to be. These are everybody's tits. Yeah, so she takes them and puts them on my chest and says, she's like, do you like big tits, Faysal? And I was like, I do now. I was like, you okay with this? Like, what is going on here? I don't know what's like, are what? And then she's like, starts like kind of like seducing me and we're drinking. And I was like, well, hey guys, if you guys want to come back to, my friends are having a party back at our penthouse, and they're like, well, we're staying upstairs. Would you like to come up there? Like, why don't you just come up there? We don't have to go all the way. And I'm kind of like in that Mortal Kombat, like finishing move, because I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, I was like, okay. I was like, I guess this guy wants to get cucked and watch me fuck his girl. And I'm like, all right. So I'm going over there, and we're like waiting for the escalator to come down. I'm like fucked up, and I'm just like feeling all this kissing on my neck, and she's on my left.
Nice.
So I got this big 6 foot.
Nice.
And then she's like, Nigel, stop fucking kissing his neck. You're gonna scare him off. Stop getting gay with him. I was like, and that's what sobered me. I was like, scare me off for what? And I was like, oh, these guys, this was gonna be different than what I thought. And then that's when I dipped out. But looking back, I should have probably stayed. It was fun.
You should have.
He was attractive,
dude. You should have done it and just told your friends you banged Calvin Harris.
But yeah.
Like, yo, fucked Calvin.
We found love
Imagine that's how you found out that he's not Calvin, is you actually did fuck him, and your boys are like, bro, that's
But
not
you see,
Calvin
your word to Wallah came into, your instinct came in. You know, your Muslim instinct came in. You're like, this is not right. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Something's getting warm.
I'm a people pleaser. If a dude starts kissing my neck, I'm grabbing his little... And I'm going to get him off as fast as possible so he stops kissing my neck. Because gay guys are relentless. They just keep coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So you might as well just you got to just take one, jerk him off, and put him to sleep.
The girl was a fucking 9.5 and a 10 with that accent. But, the body was a 10. I mean, then again, I don't fucking know.
How about the guy?
He was actually very handsome. I will say that. I will say it was very handsome.
If you were to be gay, would that be an acceptable?
I think if I was going to just try it, I would do it with that guy. You know what scared me more than the kissing of the neck with unsolicited was the phrase "scare him off."
Yeah,
you gotta scare him off.
Yeah, meaning
I also don't like that his name was Nigel, because it sounds like the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, but he looked
like
just
Nigel.
Meaning like he started
Stop
too early.
nibbling on his neck.
It's like, you're gonna scare him off. We gotta get him upstairs and lock the door. Like,
let's get in his knickers.
Yeah.
My embarrassing story is very, very nasty. It's not a good one, but I went to a wedding. Okay, it was my cousin's wedding. I had always stomach issues. I don't know what it is. Got a weak stomach, can't hold food down. I'm at this wedding. I'm starting to eat the food, and I was in Ukraine. I don't know where I get the bubbles. I get the bubble guts. I'm like, all right, cool. I go to the bathroom. It's straight water. I'm like, I see you later. I'm like, cool. Thanks, one and done. I'm done. 4 sessions in, it just keeps leaking. It gets to a point where the bathroom starts getting debris on the toilet. Now it gets really gross. I come to the bathroom, and now we have one of the workers. She goes, you can't use the bathroom anymore. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I need to go.
Is this in Ukraine?
Yeah, they're like, you specifically cannot go.
Just you?
Yeah.
Well, because you also, don't forget, Val, can I just explain that? I don't want to interrupt your story, but the way you just told us earlier how you shit, you're hovering. Like, if you have explosive diarrhea, you don't have the seal of ass to seat where it all catches everything. You're just spraying.
Right, I'm like a drone.
Yeah, you're disgusting. You're like a skunk in there.
No,
I wouldn't let you, if I knew you have diarrhea, I'm not letting you shit in my
You
house.
shit like someone with like spraying for pesticides.
Yeah.
Right. I shit like a dude in Syria
broad
that's trying to
strokes.
learn how to use the technology.
Broad strokes. You're doing broad strokes. You're painting fucking.
So listen, so check this out. So then he basically denies me the bathroom. I'm like, damn, this is wild. They're like, specifically, you can't because we're cleaning the bathroom. Yo, I still have to go. So what do? I go, and there's a little park outside of the venue, and I start shitting in the park because I have no other choice. The diarrhea just wasn't stopping. So like a good Ukrainian villager, I take a leaf and start wiping the booty.
Wait, you couldn't even take toilet paper from the thing?
Bro, the family comes out and sees me butt naked.
Oh my God.
Taking a shit in this little park because they went out for a cigarette. I'm like, bro, my mom comes out. She goes, "You gotta go home. You gotta get out of here. This is crazy." So that I literally shot myself to the point where I had to get kicked out of a wedding
in a Ukrainian village.
Yeah.
Where it's like everyone's kind of gross to begin with.
Yeah. So you outgross the gross people?
I'll never forget how they literally looked at me and they said, "You specifically cannot use this bathroom."
That's so funny.
Yeah, because you were doing something ugly people should be doing, and they're like, "You're too handsome to be this disgusting."
Yeah.
It's a real letdown.
It was bad. It was
Yeah.
bad.
God, it's so funny because it's like you're like the worst thing to happen to that country prior to Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, the shitting is no good. Yeah, it was an issue, but luckily, the food is a little better.
Was it from drinking or is it from?
It was from both. I think from drinking and from.
Sometimes when you just make that like,
Oh my god, delicious! I mean, delicious smell.
I
Tequila smells gross no matter who's.
oh really?
making it.
I love tequila.
You like the smell of tequila?
I love
do.
tequila.
This
Give it
doesn't
a
make you
smell.
want to gag.
That doesn't make me want.
How many times have you used that line, by the way?
I mean, I like to have my balls smell like tequila, so
Oh,
she
no, it
gags.
smells good.
I like
smells
that,
sweet.
yeah.
Has a
I
sweet.
can't.
has a sweet smell.
I'll give me a little. You want me to take a swig?
Oh yeah.
I don't want to take a swig because they won't believe it. But if you give me a cup, I'll do it. I'll try it out. I'll give him my
He'll try it.
opinion.
Let him try it. Yeah, no, that's pretty bad and embarrassing.
So my stories, I have some stories, but like I can't think of anything where I got Val sprung this on me, but I got one. I have one that stands out because it makes me laugh so I do a lot of parties in Canada, and in Canada, the drinking age is already very young.
Isn't it like 19?
It's 19 in
I don't
some
know
parts,
what you
it's 18 in
want.
some parts.
The age of consent is 16. Just don't ask me how I know.
I mean, you got to know those things.
You gotta know.
You have to. If you have a penis, you should always know what the legal age of fucking everyone is.
Mm-hmm.
You should just know that kind of shit.
I agree. But the clubs sometimes fuck you.
It's also crazy because they're like, when you hear the legal age of consent somewhere, it's like, I still don't want to hit that. Hitting that number is not good. If they're like, yo, it's 17 to fuck a girl in the state, you're like, if you fuck a 17-year-old, you're like, that's still gross.
I think the biggest issue is makeup companies and security guards that want extra money. That's where you get fucked. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
What?
Because the makeup makes the girls look older.
Yes.
And then the security is the one that's at fault because
Letting
they're
them
getting
in.
paid off.
Have you?
Yeah, it's not my fault I fucked that child.
Yeah.
She was just hot.
So who's the
That's all.
problem?
That
She had a fake ID.
That guy's supposed to do the job to make sure I can fuck everybody here. Fine.
That's like the first AI we had is makeup.
Yeah. That's definitely the face tune. But the fucking God, yeah, like that's like you ever go? I know you've been to Europe a lot. Like, dude, when you go to Europe, it's so funny, and I know obviously you have too. So isn't it funny like you walking around like Madrid or something, and the girls are like decked out and wearing nothing, and you're like, oh, she's got to be like fuck, and then she's walking with her dad, and you realize it's a teenager.
Yeah,
And Europe is weird. Like,
Weird.
They walk with their dads around like wearing.
Well,
fucking
Europe
nothing.
is also, it's still acceptable to still get married to like a 16, 17-year-old.
Oh yeah, I know, of course. 19's a cougar over there.
That's like that's
Well, that's a cougar in Saudi Arabia, by the way.
Yeah, it's just fucking a little old, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna try this.
Swig. Let
Go
me
ahead.
see
Yeah.
what you
Can I get a chaser? Because I don't. Can I get a sip of your water or someone's water? It
Smells
smells like a tequila.
Smells good.
No, it smells good. I smell the agave. I can smell the.
I mean, yeah, it's tequila.
Nah, come on. Let me
That's
try
good.
this. We're gonna go circle by circle because I
My
think
problem is I can't tell tequilas apart.
You really can't? Oh yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can
I'm good with whiskey and tequila. Like
same.
those are my thing. Let me ask you a question. You remember so those old videos where you used to step out and actually like take the thing out of the liquor store and chug the bottle? Did you actually do that?
No comment.
That's good.
No comment.
I saw the wrappers off. That's not. It's not.
Is that good?
Shit.
That's good. To me, that's good.
Is it?
You know what I don't like
less-
about that? You know what's hard about the bottle is like I'm a big person of bottle design, and this is just a little too unstable for me.
Oh no, that's smooth.
Yeah.
That's smooth. It's got a little bit of this like the peppery bark after.
I like that Kirill went into the science of the how the bottle balance. You really grade the bottles that you're drinking.
Well, he's like,
I like to hold it like this. It's a nice hold.
Yeah, that's a nice hole. It's got the grip. He's like, I could shove this in a girl's ass.
I can fuck a girl with this at night. This actually is okay, guys. Even if you don't like the taste of Mr. Sancho Pancho, if you drink this entire bottle and then you can't get hard, here's what they did: they gave you something to put in her.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sancho Pancho will get the job done that you couldn't.
I also like
That should be their tagline.
like this.
Oh, it's got so many things, and like you can fucking beat somebody.
I mean,
up.
that's every bottle.
It's a.
I don't know one bottle that doesn't have a
There's a
grip
few
up
like
there.
that.
No, but Classy Azul is a little weird. Something about the Classy. You know what's fire bottle that to hold like that is the 1942. I like that bottle. That bottle's
And the Hennessy bottle is designed for that. That's why every
Hennessy
rapper's
bottle's
got that.
exactly.
It's
well, the
designed.
Hennessy bottle's fired to hold when you're playing dice games.
Yeah, and you can,
Or if you're black.
or if you're just beating a bitch. Ooh! Well, I guess that kind of goes with the one you just said. But yeah, it's great.
This is great.
It looks like a baseball thing too, like so you could just fucking smack someone off your table.
Good color. I like the little green right here. You know what I mean?
Good. Yeah.
Mr. Pancho Sancho Pancho.
It's good. I like when tequilas come in clay or like instead of like glass because it's just traditional. Tradicionale.
Yeah, this is kind of like a vase, but it's not. Okay.
Well, you could put a flower in it later.
Yeah, you could.
I like the stories. We're gonna keep building on, baby.
It's good.
Mr. Sancho Pancho stories coming to you soon. A lot more, frequently.
Oh, they're
They contributed to this episode a little bit.
But the tequila or they're buying us like blowing hookers.
No, they're just with the tequila.
Oh, okay.
I wish they were buying us blowing hookers.
Oh God.
I don't like either, which is crazy.
If your story's good enough and goes viral, then they'll buy you.
They could send me tequila. That's like sending me cash. I love it, babe. My girl drinks a bunch of tequila. So
Anytime you can keep your girl drunk is great.
oh yeah, she's on this like thing. Her body looks fantastic, but like it's been like this whole thing where she's just been like drinking less, and I'm like,
My girl too.
yeah, it's a new
She's
thing.
not. She's not.
Your
touching
generation especially.
a sip of alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a girl that drinks.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I like a drinking buddy. That's just like, I like somebody that can, so these are the fights I have with my girlfriend. I don't know if you guys have these kind of fights, but I've
never fought with your girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
I'll
you,
start.
you will one day. I have very petty fights where my fights are so, like when I look at them, I'm like, I'm an idiot, but I'm just a kid who wants a companion everywhere. So I'll get annoyed where she doesn't want to ride like a certain roller coaster with me.
Yeah.
When you're like my ride or die, I'm like, you've told me you're my ride or die, Este. That includes the Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
That includes drinking with me when I'm drinking, right? I want that best friend in the pocket with me.
You would have
And
been a
it's
good
hard.
heroin addict.
It's just hard. No, but it's just anything, right? Where anything I do, I want my partner to do with me.
Yeah.
And so it sucks when they're like, I don't want to ride this roller coaster. And I literally will start a full-on fight over it.
I mean, I feel
I'm
like
like, what
that's
do you mean?
that is a female thing.
What?
That girls like that more. I
Like
feel.
what?
Like they want you to do everything they do. So it's like if my girl says, "Hey, baby, let's go get ice cream." I'm feeling ice cream. I'll be like, "I'll get it for you, but I don't want it." She goes, I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't want to eat it.
So now it's like now she wants me to ride that wave, and I'm kind of like I'm not into that. So she's like, nowadays it's different. Now she's like into health and everything else, so she doesn't care. But if it's, I feel like it's a female thing that they want you to do what they want to do in an instance of comfort.
I do the same petty.
You know?
I have the same petty fights, but I'm like, I don't want to go here alone. Like what? Like I don't want to do this alone. I don't want to do this alone, or I don't. I don't like. I want to like. If we're on vacation, it's like I want to go to this bar. It's like, can we have a chill night? It's like I didn't fly across the country or across the world to.
Yeah, I'd rather drink with a stranger than not drink with you.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'd rather just not. Yeah, exactly. Like so, it's also like I want you to do the same thing, but
I do all your gay shit.
Yeah.
Guess what? Suck it up. You're doing tequila shots with me all
There's
night.
a reason why I know every fucking housewife now.
Yeah.
So guess.
Yeah.
So let's go out, and
Girls are not good at taking one for the team.
No.
I think they feel by being with me, they've already taken one for the team. So they don't want to make any more concessions.
Well, girls' gaslighting tactic is that you're a man. I'm a girl. So that every fight ends up being kind of like.
I think that's why men are becoming women. They're like, I'll just be trans so that you can't even throw.
So they're trying to match their vibe. They're like, oh well, I'll be.
And
You're a woman? I'm more of a woman.
I'm more of a woman. Actually, yeah, that just shows you that men can do everything better, even being women.
Of course.
Caitlyn Jenner, first year as a woman, won Woman of the Year. Just come on.
Dude, that's insane. That's insane. A real woman hasn't even been president. And we've already have.
It's a great, clean way to end that off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got to get to the.
Wait, I do want to do one thing because for the sake of, the climate in the world is that you and I should hate each other.
Yeah.
Our differences are way smaller than our similarities.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I think the easiest way to bring relations back is both of our cultures, the outliers of both of our cultures, have an extreme lack of a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's probably why they're, extremists on both sides. So I think that the best thing we could do is to just get the hate out. Is go like a little tit for tat. You could tell me a really mean Jew joke. I'll tell you a really mean, whatever you are, Middle Eastern joke.
You can say sand terrorist.
I want to say sand something, but
Monkey.
Whoa.
I actually
close. Or is that too close? That was good.
Am I allowed to say sand?
I
don't even know the word.
I would just stay away from it.
Sand chimpanzee.
There we go.
That sounds scientific.
Don't bite on his fucking fishing rod. You know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to loop you in.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
I was. I'm sorry. That was the anti-Semitism.
So I got a few for you.
Okay.
I feel like you should have a few for me.
There's too many to choose from, but we will. Would you like me to start? Or
I think. Okay. So since we are the chosen people, obviously we should go first. So you can make fun of us first.
Okay. What are we gonna do? Like 3, 4?
One back and forth. You want to go one?
Let's go one.
Let's go 3. You give me one. I'll give you one.
All right.
Do have a feeling though that the Jew jokes are gonna hit harder because
there's been more time.
We have the Holocaust.
Yeah,
right?
but
so it's like an easier. Like we don't really know what you guys have 9/11, but that's you guys did it.
We
right?
won.
Like
we won that.
You won that. It's like. It's like we lost the Holocaust, but you guys kind of won 9/11.
Yeah.
What do you guys? Because they did it.
Not me. I wasn't there. So I was pretending to be.
You were probably inside the balls of someone that was.
No, I was
pro.
I was in high school.
But
okay.
Technically
happened to the Jews, but 9/11 happened by them.
Also, don't forget.
So it's like we didn't make the Holocaust.
Also, don't forget. There's been like almost 100 years to come up with jokes. 9/11 is still like 20 years. So like, I'm sure like later on, like, it'll be more and more jokes as it goes along.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're starting to forget 9/11.
Oh, never forget.
I don't forget.
People are.
It's in the history books now.
We never forget.
Like for me, I was in high school.
Dude, now the Holocaust might not have even happened. People saying now. So guess what? In 100 years, people are going to be like, there was no 9/11. That's the crazy part. In like 200 years, people are going to be like, that thing was faked.
Well, they're already saying that it was like, it was inside job.
I believe.
Soon it'll be CGI.
Yeah. All right, so you go first.
Oh,
Throw me your nastiest Jew joke.
Ooh, we're going dark,
You
right?
You can kind of tell us if we're a little too crazy for this, or you can tell us who's.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to judge. If it's good or not. If it's whack, I'm going to tell you it's whack.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't like any of these, my name is David Spade. Okay. What's the sexiest thing about the Holocaust?
What is it?
It's the shower scenes. Brutal.
No fat on that one.
No fat.
That is a good one.
No
God
fat.
Damn it. That's so good.
I know.
If I was a stand-up comic, I would just tell Holocaust jokes.
Oh,
I'd just
God.
be known as the Holocaust comic.
You can do it. I tried it. It didn't work for me.
It would be better coming from you. Okay. What do you call a Mexican girl who converts to being Muslim? Dora the Exploder. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my God! I just pictured her with a little backpack. Like, back.
Yeah.
Dora's Mexican, right?
Dora's Mexican.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Dora the Exploder. I might have to make that shirt.
That's a good
That
one.
also
That might
could
have to be a
good-
shirt.
That could also be a good porno for like a squirter. Like,
Dora the Exploder is so
Dora-
good.
Oh yeah. Like, oh God, yeah. Because there's already that like one chick that dresses up like Dora and does porn. But
Yeah. I give that joke a 9 out of 11.
why did the Jew vote for Obama? Because he promised change. I like it because it's clean,
That's so good.
but it's funny.
That's so good.
Oh.
Yeah. That change didn't come for them, huh?
Yeah, no.
No.
I believe in change.
So right now you're at 2.
Well,
This is your second one, baby.
This is my second one. Why don't they teach sex ed and driver's ed in the Middle East on the same day?
Why?
Because it wears out the camel.
Wow.
Hey, who the
Have you
fuck-
ever ridden the camel?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, a couple times. Always in the Middle East. I remember the first time I did it, it was fucking fun. I was like at like they had like a fair in Saudi Arabia. My uncle took me and I was like, I looked at the camel and I was like, I always wanted to ride one. He's like, go ahead. I ride the camel and I'm like, damn, I feel in touch with my people. These are my roots. I'm like 15, 16. I'm like, I've never, I finally feel like a real Arab again because I didn't have any Arab friends. And I was like going, and then I looked to my right and there's like a kid, an 8-year-old and like a 4-year-old or in the next camel. And I see that I'm not even controlling the camel. Someone at this point, I'm like, I'm on a fucking Arab pony ride. Like I was like, and my uncle's there like waving. I'm like, you motherfucker, just get me down from this thing.
Dude, that
was the first. Yeah.
There's, are there camel tricks?
I think they do.
Can you get your camel to do some wild shit?
No, camels are lazy.
No, but
They spit. The most they do is spit.
they spit, but they're fun. I rode one around the pyramids as an adult. That was like more fun.
Like if you were like a thing that kind of towed people around, you would be a camel.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or a donkey.
Thank you.
Either way, you'd have a huge
think.
cock.
I mean,
Camels have big
camel's a very weird animal.
The one I did.
You would be a dolphin, actually.
Yeah, I like camels.
You would drag me into the lower part of the ocean.
Just to
Just to
Just a pipe.
And we're gay. Can't dolphins.
You got third one. Make it good.
Oh, okay.
If you fuck this up.
One more, right? Oh God, this one's good. Well, I didn't want a career anyway. What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jew? One comes back from camp.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
That is.
Oh God.
Those are good. Someone needs to put out a modern book of offensive jokes.
Yeah.
And we got to do it. Or like toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like you just pooping and you get to read.
Or put those on the
fortune
hot sauce packets at Taco Bell, but like instead of the stupid like, hey, I think you're hot, and this just put like, hey, you know what's
Here's a good Holocaust joke.
Here's a good.
Do you know how viral you'd go if you had a Chinese restaurant and the fortune cookies were all racist jokes?
Dude, you could get Kanye to do ads. It would be amazing.
It would be incredible.
Yeah.
I still listen to Kanye.
I'm not Jewish. I don't care. Plus he's right like 70% of the time.
When is he wrong?
No, I was good. I like that. Like once in a while, though, he does actually say something right. He's like, he's like, the Jews control the banks, and then they control this, and they're getting poison radio things out. But also, America's now run by tech oligarchs. It's like, wait, he was right on that one. He hit on that one.
And also when he says, "But I fuck with the Jews because they created porn."
Yeah, he's like, oh, is that true?
Did we create porn?
Possibly.
We run all the porn sites.
Was the original porn through a hole in the sheet, or?
Oh God. All right, last one.
Mm-hmm.
I got to pick a good one here. Why is it so easy to find a prostitute in the Middle East?
Why?
Because they're always a stone's throw away.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think you said you lived in where for 4 years from the ages of 1 to 5?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Now, is that like, I don't know anything about the world.
That's okay.
I'm incredibly, not dumb.
Smart for an American.
He's naive.
I'm playfully racist.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do women have rights where you are from?
They didn't, and it's not fully there. Like, but now
Is
it's
stoning a thing?
stoning is a thing for anybody who committed a crime. It wasn't really like a woman thing. That might be more like Afghanistan and like kind of Iran. But like, I mean, they don't get me wrong, they did it like for women too. But it was mostly like, hey, this guy's a pedophile. We're gonna stone. They do still do like the public things, and they used to have like a 3 strikes law for it. Like if you stole 3 times, you lost your non.
See, the more I hear, the more I agree.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
It is a religion.
I don't think
piece.
it's bad.
I don't think that part. Yeah, no. So, but now like women, like for the past like I don't know half a decade or even more that women could drive. They've always been able to be like on like in government. Like of councils and stuff like that. They've always been able to have jobs. They've always, like they couldn't drive. Now they can. They used to not. There was a religious police and they got rid of them. And that's now the country's like kind of turning more into like Dubai. But it's
right because capitalism starts taking over slowly. And
well, it's also they just realized like
no one shops more than one.
Well, they also realize they're behind.
Are they a cave people?
Not really.
Like
but
nobody's gonna come live in your city or country.
Well, they all
you're like enforcing fucking people.
They had a come to Muhammad moment where they were like, you know what? Well, first of all, they were like, all these kings are old because they're all like in their 90s and because they're like the kids of the original ruler of Saudi who's like 100. So he relinquished and said, my son's like fucking like not even middle aged. Let him run it. So he acquiesced to the throne, and then like so now he's like, all right, we got to modernize. He's like, because we're not gonna just survive off oil. He's like, I need you guys to be like smarter. I need you guys to get more worldly. He's like, yeah, that's, and that's what happened. So now they're just like modernizing. He's like dragging him into the 21st century. So they're starting to, is everything like, is it like American rights? No, they can get abortions there. But, yeah.
But you see, that's.
To be honest, right now, it's easier to get an abortion in Saudi Arabia than it is in some of those southern states.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, they just kill you there.
Well,
is it a full-on abortion, or is it the abort the host and the baby?
It depends if the baby's going to be a boy or girl. So, yeah, then, yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
This was fun.
This was great,
This was a
dude.
very
Do you
good
have
time.
anything you want to plug?
I need more Instagram followers. And I swear to God, I'm going to keep trying. It's The Real Face on Instagram, all one word.
I like that name.
The Real Face, FAC, just the way you
Do you
spell
have
it.
anything coming up? Any shows?
Performing weekly at the Laugh Factory and in the Improv here in Hollywood. I'm on the road sometimes with some bigger comics. Other than that, nothing I want to...
I'm going to come visit you.
Come through. I'll hook you up. We'll have a good time.
At the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, I'm there
Or
every
at the Improv for sure. Me and my girl love to go there.
Come on, make it a cheap day for you. Bring the San Pancho tequila.
I'm down.
And then we'll
If you bomb, is that considered a success in your country?
during Ramadan, yes.
Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Dude,
You're
thank
the
you.
man.
Man.